a prayerful stand against tyranny. As I sit in silent contemplation, my spirit grapples with a story of courage and divine intervention that echoes through my Christian faith, the tale of Esther, a queen turned intercessor. I imagine shedding my outward splendor, trading royal garments for the sackcloth of mourning, my head dusted with ashes as I fast and weep. Where once I reveled, I now scatter torn hair, humbling myself before the Lord, my only King. In my solitude I cry out, a desolate soul with no aid but His, acknowledging the peril I hold in my hands. I recall how He chose Israel from all nations, granting us an eternal inheritance. Yet we have strayed, worshipping false gods, justly delivered into our enemies' grasp. Their oppression weighs heavy, their idols emboldened, seeking to erase God's promises, silence our praise, and exalt a mortal king. I reflect on their audacity to challenge the divine plan, to threaten my inheritance with destruction. I plead that God withhold His scepter from these empty hands, lest they mock our fall. Instead, I ask Him to turn their schemes against them, to crush the one who rages against us. In my distress, I seek His presence, begging for boldness to face the lion Haman, whose heart I pray He turns to hatred of our foes, ensuring their ruin. I trust in His omniscience, knowing He sees my loathing for the wicked's glory, my disdain for the uncircumcised stranger's bed. The crown I wear in public, a symbol of pride, I abhor as filth, refusing it in private, shunning Haman's table and the king's feasts, finding joy only in my God. Mordecai's voice reaches me, urging me to approach the king, to plead for our people and land. He reminds me of my humble beginnings, raised by his care, now threatened by Haman's deadly plot. On the third day I cast off my mourning, donning royal robes, calling on God, the ruler and Savior. With two maids I enter the throne room, one supporting me as if frail, the other bearing my train, my face flushed yet hiding a heart gripped by anguish and fear. Before the king, resplendent in golden terror, I falter, my color draining as his wrathful gaze meets mine. But God softens his spirit, and he rises, lifting me with gentle words, assuring me I will not die, extending his scepter in mercy. I ponder this turning point, seeing the king as God's messenger, my heart trembling at his majesty. As I speak, I nearly faint, yet his servants comfort me, and I marvel at divine intervention. Later I learn of Artaxerxes' decree exposing Haman's treachery, a Macedonian outsider who, despite our kindness, plotted our demise, seeking to replace Persian rule with Macedonian. His lies painted us as lawless, yet God revealed our innocence, our fidelity to the highest king. Haman and his kin hang as God's justice prevails, his edict voided, replaced by one granting us freedom to live by our laws, to defend ourselves on the appointed day. This day of sorrow becomes joy, a festival of deliverance, a testament that faithfulness is rewarded, treachery punished. I reflect on my role, not a passive queen, but an active vessel of prayer and action. My faith demands I stand, intercede, and trust in God's justice. The weight of this story presses on me, yet I am uplifted by the assurance that my cries shape history. I resolve to live purposefully, honoring my God, awaiting the peace that overcomes hatred, secure in the inheritance He sustains.